Okay, so if you're a marketer, I'm sure your inbox is just flooded with AI solutions, right? But let's cut through all that noise. Today, we are going to focus on the practical side of things, how you can strategically weave AI into your marketing stack to get a real, actual competitive edge.
So let's just start with a really important question for all of us. Is your current strategy actually built to last? I mean, the ground is shifting under our feet so fast, and the playbook that worked yesterday, well, it might not even get you on the board tomorrow.
And here's the honest truth. One-size-fits-all marketing is pretty much dead. AI has totally shifted from being this cool, nice-to-have novelty to an absolute necessity. It's not even about being innovative anymore. It's about making sure your business stays relevant and even visible in a market that's getting more crowded by the second.
Right. So if AI is the answer, what is it that it actually does? Let's talk about the why. Let's unlock what I like to call AI's superpowers for your marketing team. The best way to wrap your head around this isn't as some scary, complex tech. Think of it more like a strategic upgrade. It's like hiring the most incredible assistant you can imagine, one that works 24/7 to analyze, automate, and optimize everything you're doing.
So what does this superpowered assistant really bring to the table? Well, it all boils down to three, honestly, game-changing benefits. A massive boost in your team's efficiency, the power to personalize experiences for every single customer, and, this is the big one, the ability to get predictive insights. Let's dive into each of those.
First up, automation. AI is brilliant at handling all those repetitive tasks. Data collection, segmenting customers, running reports. This doesn't replace your team. It frees them up from the grunt work to focus on what people do best, big picture strategy and creativity.
The second superpower is personalization at a massive scale. AI can sift through huge amounts of customer data to really understand what makes each person tick. This lets you create content and offers that feel totally unique to each user, which, as we know, is absolutely key for building real loyalty.
And finally, we have prediction. This is where AI gets really powerful. Instead of just reacting to what's happening in the market, AI-driven analytics can actually spot patterns and predict what consumers will want next. This means you get to be proactive with your campaigns, not reactive.
Okay, so the why is clear, but how in the world do you actually do this without blowing up your entire workflow? Let's move to the how with a really straightforward 4-step roadmap to get you there. Look, a successful integration isn't just a flip of a switch. It's a process. You have to start by assessing what you've already got, understanding your current stack to see where AI can even fit. Then you prioritize based on your business goals. Seriously, don't just chase shiny new tech for the sake of it. Only then do you go out and select and integrate the right tools. And finally, and this is probably the most critical part, you have to train and empower your team, because a tool is only as good as the people using it. I mean, just look at Netflix. It's the perfect example of prioritizing a business goal. That's step 2. Their goal wasn't just to use AI. No, it was to keep subscribers engaged. So they selected and integrated models fed with their own user data to create those hyper-personalized recommendations that are now, at the very heart of their product. Now, when you get to step 3, selecting your tools, here's the golden rule. Compatibility is everything. You have to prioritize tools with good API integrations that can create a seamless flow of data with what you're already using. If you don't, you're not creating efficiency, you're just creating data silos and a whole lot of headaches. Which naturally brings us to the what. With so many options out there, how do you find the right AI tools for your specific team, your budget, and your goals? Well, a huge factor is the size of your team. Smaller teams, you're probably going to need user-friendly, all-in-one solutions that don't require a dedicated data scientist to run. Larger organizations, on the other hand, can really leverage those more complex, customizable platforms to meet very specific deep data needs.
Let's make this more concrete. For smaller teams, you've got platforms like HubSpot or MailChimp that offer built-in, really user-friendly AI features. For the big enterprises, tools like Salesforce Einstein or IBM Watson provide that deep customization you need for complex data. See, the T isn't about which tool is the best. It's about matching the tool's complexity to your team's capability. And of course, there's the budget. But instead of just staring at the price tag, you have to think in terms of return on investment, or ROI. A higher initial cost for a really powerful automation tool can lead to massive long-term savings by making your team more efficient and your campaigns perform better. So we've covered the why, the how, and the what. Let's wrap this all up with the single most important takeaway and figure out what your first step forward should be. Please remember, the goal here is not just to add some new tech to your stack. It's about fundamentally upgrading your entire strategy. It's about building a marketing engine that is smarter, way more efficient, and can adapt to whatever the market throws at it. So I'll just leave you with this thought. Your competition is already adapting. The question isn't if you should integrate AI anymore, it's how and when. So looking back at that 4-step roadmap we talked about, what will your first step be? Thanks for joining me.